Good afternoon and welcome to this Memorial Day weekend and our second in our series of How May I Help You, where clients, prospects, and community leaders have sent in questions. Obviously, the number one question that a lot of people are asking is the debt ceiling. So what we're going to do is start out with this. Financial stress can cause us to take our minds off of our goals. Financial stress can also slide us away from leading with discipline, and it can also throw us quickly into a state of feeling overwhelmed and a feeling of fear. This is why we focus on goals-based financial planning here at Full Circle Financial. So it allows us to focus on our goals and not what's happening in the markets on a day-to-day basis, but what we need to do to reach our goals 10, 15, 20 years down the road. Keep in mind that the national debt has increased under every presidential administration since Herbert Hoover. The United States has raised its debt ceiling at least 90 times in the 20th century alone, and it has never been reduced. All right, we're going to go straight into our questions this week. The first one is, I am reevaluating how I split up my finances, especially with the continued rising cost of daily living. How much cash should I keep in my savings and checking account? I encourage keeping a small cushion in this account beyond 1 month's worth of expenses, usually between $200 and $500, just to cover any unexpected expenses from daily spending, such as going to the grocery store, etc. I don't like keeping too much more than that in there, just in case your debit card is compromised. Short-term savings account. This is where I encourage keeping about 1 month's worth of expenses for any unexpected repairs or any expected expenses like birthdays. Long-term savings account, this is the actual emergency fund, and I encourage 3 to 6 months of expenses in this account in case the unexpected happens, such as an illness or loss of job. All right, question number 2. I'm moving in with my partner. How do we divide up our finances? Moving in and splitting expenses sounds like it would give a lot of people peace of mind, but it can actually end up being quite the opposite. Typically, you shouldn't share accounts if you're not legally tied to one another. And if one partner has higher debt than the other, or if one partner has higher income than the other, it does kind of make splitting expenses 50-50 difficult. So this is what I say. Take a financial date. Take time where you guys look at your income, you look at your expenses, and expenses are going to include looking at both of your debt loads and what that's going to look like. And then come up with your own rules. Write them down. That way we don't have to fight about finances. We can refer back to, hey, this is the agreement that we made. This is what we're trying to stick to. But work together as a couple. I still encourage my clients that have been married 20, 30 years to take a financial date, especially when they're looking at a big expense, such as a vacation, purchasing a car, purchasing a second home. Take that financial date where you're looking at income and expenses and make sure you're on the same page. Because as a financial advisor, we can help you get to your financial goals, but it's a whole lot easier if both partners agree on what those goals are. So that's what I usually encourage, is take the financial date. Okay, next question is, I'm turning 26. What do I do about healthcare? Thanks to the Affordable Care Act, young adults qualify for healthcare coverage through a parent's insurance plan until their 26th birthday. Now, this does apply even if you're married, a parent, living away from home, attending school, or are financially independent of your parents. It also remains true if you're working full-time and eligible to enroll in your employer's plan. However, now that you're turning 26 and need coverage on your own, if you're working and your employer offers healthcare coverage, sign up for insurance as soon as possible. Typically, you can only make changes to your healthcare coverage during open enrollment period. However, falling off of your parents' plan triggers what we call a special enrollment period. But you do need to act fast because that period starts 60 days before you lose coverage and ends 60 days after. So there's not a lot of time in there to make your decision. You can contact your human resource representative before turning 26 and figure out what your options are. You can also get coverage through the health insurance marketplace, and depending on your income, you could qualify for a subsidy. You can go to healthcare.gov to compare plans and costs. However, I highly encourage you to work with a trusted healthcare agent that can actually walk you through what your options are with healthcare.gov, but also what your options are for purchasing private insurance. because there's a lot of plans out there, and some people will make a decision based on cost and not on benefits, and then they're really surprised what their plan does and does not cover. So I highly encourage you to work with a trusted agent that can walk you through all of your options. Maybe money is tight and you figure this might be something you can delay until you get older. However, the cost of being uninsured could be quite costly if you have a health insurance issue. Even something as simple as being in a car accident and not having health insurance coverage can really rack up some bills for you. So we really encourage you to have that conversation with a healthcare agent as quickly as you can before that 26th birthday so you can start making decisions. All right, here's our third and final question for this week. I am single, no kids. What if I need someone to care for me or my money? Living a single life with no partner and no children can be a concern if you need help as you age. Even if you have enough money for retirement, who's going to help you manage it when you can't? Who's going to be the person you can count on as a caregiver? Nearly 1 in 6 adults age 55 and older are childless, a rate that's expected to increase. If you're a single senior, it's crucial to build a network of friends or family who can check on you and, if necessary, assist in your caregiving. Hire professionals to guide you. You're going to need an elder attorney, a CPA, a financial advisor. Appoint someone such as a sibling, niece, nephew, or friend who can make medical decisions should you become incapacitated. And this is why you need to really consider a solid estate plan. You can consider hiring a geriatric care manager, which is going to be a professional who can advocate for you concerning your health care. Hourly rates can range about $90 to $250 according to AARP. But you also might want to talk to a financial advisor as far as maybe being what resources they have available to you. You can also talk to your elder care attorney to see whether or not they can act as your durable power of attorney, which is going to take care of your money if you're unable to. You also can consider moving into a continuing care retirement community, and this has built-in support. But there's also Facebook groups out there or other groups if you're not on Facebook that is especially designed for this group that we call elder orphans. And they are usually limited to individuals 55 and older who live without the help of a spouse, partner, or child. This is actually a growing segment out there, and I encourage all financial advisors, estate planning attorneys, and accountants to check in with these clients, ask questions, find resources to help them out, because it's tough to be lonely, but it's even harder when you don't have that support group when you start thinking about your future. So I really encourage all of my colleagues to step up and let's help out this group that is continuing to grow. I hope you all have a wonderful long weekend celebrating Memorial Day. If you have any questions or concerns, we'd be happy to help you here at Full Circle Financial. In the meantime, I hope you guys all live life to the fullest.